bandwagon. Stop fucking joining the bandwagons. You are a person. Show some respect. Show some dignity. Get out of your knees and get up. Don't join a bandwagon.
Bro, say get off your knees, bro. That's wild.
I don't know.
I'll speak for Tashar here. Stop tweaking and definitely stop geeking. All right? Welcome back to TFDD Whiskey. I am Max.
I am Johnny.
I am sure.
Look, there's a giveaway going on right now. Giveaway.
There is.
Weller
Right
12.
now.
Samples going on right now. And you can't get it because you're not in the Discord. But, hey.
If you like Buffalo Trace, then you would follow us. You'll join our Discord. You'll join our TikTok, Instagram, and follow us there and tell us that my voice is weird and my mustache is weird and Max has bad taste and Johnny burps a lot. You can say all of those things if you join the Discord.
There you go.
Do that. I also want to shout out some of our actual Discord members who do watch a lot and like really support. Eric M, Vito, Andrew East, my really good friend Chris Hoover. They have really supported our channel for a very long time. And we don't even have that channel. We just have a YouTube video that people watch and they talk to us. But those folks, every time I talk to them, they have something, either they like it, did not like it, they say that, and that feels like somebody's listening. So thank you.
And this episode of Anything But a Glen will be one where we speak about each of us two favorite to least favorite picking groups we've ever experienced, whether it's a group, whether it's a store, organization, so on. Now we should end on a happy note. That's what they always say. So Johnny, we'll
end.
We'll start with your two worst.
One off rip is Total Wine. Do not buy a singular barrel pick from them. And I know that may be a hot take to like some people, but I've had a few different bottles that I've bought at Total Wine that were barrel picks that honestly were just ass. I don't know how the barrel picking process goes for Total Wine. I don't know if it's 4 guys sit down in a room for the state of Indiana and say, hey, this barrel's better than this barrel, or if it's just, like, I don't know how they pick their barrels. Like, I've heard that they get reject barrels in a sense. I've heard that, like, they don't even taste it. They just say, oh, hey, we want to buy an Old Forester Blue Label, and it just gets shipped to them. I don't know how it goes. And another one for me, I've had a few of their picks that really hasn't kind of blown me out of the water or done anything crazy is Big Red Liquors.
Wow.
I've had a couple that
that's a big group.
Just don't. It's massive. I've had a few that I wasn't the biggest fan of, and I've actually had one that kind of blew me away, and it was a Stag that Tushar had. Out of all the bottles I've tried that they've picked, I can confidently say the Stag's been the only one that I've been like, wow, this is very good. But like the rest, I just kind of feel has been mediocre, which maybe I've tried the wrong stuff, but as of right now, like, that's just where I'm at.
I'll hop on this train. So, Total Wine. This is one of those fucking places where I feel like the reputation precedes itself, because I don't remember ever tasting a Total Wine pick. It's just been, I will hear somebody and they talk shit about it, and I just don't ever want to taste it. I've never tasted it, but just everybody in the community knows. Just don't go there for picks.
Nope.
Big Red, I feel like unless Tushar can chime in on this, I've never had a pick from Big Red. I mean, they're Stag picks I did see, but I never tasted, I'm pretty sure, the Stag pick. But everything else, I don't remember ever having a...
I've had some pick from them, but I don't own a lot except the Stag pick and maybe some Four Roses I've had from them. They've been good. They've not been bad to me, but I also don't buy a lot of the picks from them, so that is just how it is.
Yeah.
There's so many places to get picks now, so it's harder for a chain to go and buy a pick like Total Wine. And I can see why Johnny, or I would say the same thing. I agree with Johnny on that one too. It's not because they might have bad picks, it's just because they don't pick right? They get some things, they have this thing to do. And sometimes somebody who's on that team to get those samples or goes there might do a really great batter. Not saying that can't happen. But generally, when you see a Russell Reserve pick there or Four Roses pick there, it's also priced kind of now highish. And for that, I would rather support a club that I'm part of or something like that. So those two bigger liquor stores in your area, Total Wines, your Specs. Specs has actually had overall really good picks. So, but Total Wine generally lacks in that wow factor. You buy it, you might be like, okay, it's not bad, I like it. You're not like, oh my god, I need to go buy like two of these more because this pick is so good. This might be the best one. At least I have not had that experience with Total Wine or Big Red, except the Stag that he's talking. That Stag is really good.
How can you mess up Stag? If you mess up Stag, yeah, you have a problem.
There are people, dude, who mess up Stags, which is weird. And sometimes they just taste like hot mess instead of like a cherry, cola, vanilla forward, deep dark bourbon that Stag is. And sometimes they just taste like hot garbage water because you got the very weird barrel and you didn't know what to pick, or you're just happy to pick a Stag pick, you know?
All right, Tashar, you can go ahead. I'm still trying to decide if I want to air out somebody or not.
I've not had enough picks from any of these places to say that they're all bad or good, except the generalization that we just established, like big stores.
Yeah.
But
Air out a picking group. Just do it. There's too many of them anyway.
He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. Oh my fucking God.
I would say there are so many of them. There's so many.
Is bro okay? Oh my fucking god.
That shit went everywhere, bro, except in my mouth. I'm gonna try that shit again.
Ooh.
All right.
Because
Okay.
I think he
Okay.
might. Again, I want to preface this. This is my experience.
Oh,
This is my experience. I don't think other people share my experience. But how can I not talk if I'm gonna say what two groups have I been a part of that I was not impressed, right? And sometimes it might not be that, but sometimes I don't know if it's like, okay, they were offered bad barrels, right? But it's, in my opinion, it's still on them because you can turn them down. You don't have to buy everything to appease your Patreon or your group or your followers. Just turn it down. All right. First one is SOB. I don't care.
knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
I don't care
knew it
because
was
like
coming.
because
I knew that.
I'm not even somebody that's had one pick or two picks. I was was it the $50 tier? I don't know if it's Raging Bull or Strong Like Bull tier.
Yeah, I think like Raging Bull, I think, and after that it's the Strong Leg or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe one of them, but it's a $50 tier. I was that tier for like half a year, and I got all their picks, secret picks, all these picks, and I'd open them up and I'd taste them. I'm like, what did they see in this? Like, I don't like. It's not bad, but like, if you're gonna bring something to your loyal members who pay every month for you, you would think you'd do some vetting that's more than. They say they turn down barrels, but honestly, I've seen other YouTubers talk about them. They didn't. Their picks did not come out on top either, and that's just it. And also the whole experience. I mean, they're great people though. Like, I still watch them. They're entertaining. I watch them, but they're just so big now, in my opinion. They're so big that even if you're a $50 member, you still feel like you're lost and I don't know. You feel like you're not noticed at all. That's mine. That's number one. I'll go with my number two, and if you want to chime in, you can. Number two is because Johnny brought it up, and I cannot deny that I had a bad experience there. But roll in.
This is gonna make the headline news for you saying that, and it's gonna piss off so many people. And I'm here for it.
This is my experience. Again,
Yeah.
I honestly, in the text messages I sent back and forth, I said I'm really curious to see what Tashar says, because Tashar probably has had good picks by them, and that, if he has, then he can provide more perspective to it. But from my perspective, I've been there like 4 or 5 times, and they allow you to try everything. I commend them on that. You can try everything you want before you buy it that are picks. The issue was everything I tried there sucked. And I tried 4 or 5 things, like back to back to back to back. Like I was curious, and then they treated me like shit. And like so like every time I asked for like a sample of something, they just looked like they had somewhere better to be. Like I'm like, so if you're gonna have I don't know who it was that I was dealing with. I'm like, dude, from my experience of walking in there 4 or 5 times, it's just never been positive.
And that I'm just gonna add on to that because that experience, what he explained, also kind of it's nothing. That experience is not related to bourbon at all. That's just his shopping experience. The pick could be really good or really bad, right? That he's not saying that. But that influences you to go to that store or not and buy more picks and enjoy the picks that might be better than the time you went in there. And if you don't have that experience or you had a bad experience there, you will have that even though you have a very loyal following and you're doing great in your community and you're a very successful business and everybody loves you. Even if one person has a bad experience as a business, you should try to not do that because that takes away from your potential new business and people that person will say good things about it. And I will chime on that. I've had like 2 or 3 picks from Rulin and I like them. They're pretty decent. I think they're pretty good. Most of their picks that they do are pretty solid. The experience sometimes I've also had that. When you go in there, you try something, you feel like you don't know enough bourbon to like their stuff. Like you feel a little inferior. And I've not met the owner there. I've only met people who work there. I don't think I met his son there too, actually, except the last time. So it just feels like if I don't like it, I'm lacking something. Like I'm the one at problem, not the store.
Yeah, 100%.
And that feeling takes me away. That takes away. When I met Ray or other people who actually own the store or work there a lot more, they are very welcoming. They've always been nice. But that small experience gives you a negative impact, even though the community is saying it's the best store. And it is probably might be the most kind of like influential stores we have in Indianapolis when it comes to bourbon because they have such a big fan following for a very long time. They still have that. People, I've been to their bottle shares. People have been going there for 5 years, 10 years to those things. We've been connected. They're very integral to the bourbon community in Indianapolis. But you have to also respect the fact that there are new people coming in and they might have different palates. And if they don't like something from you, you have to, as a business owner, as a store, make sure that don't feel neglected.
That I think to
And
Shar,
you
like
do
you
feel sometimes
literally,
neglect.
he literally explained the feeling I had. I would taste something and I was
Nope.
trying to explain to this person how like I didn't like it because X, Y, and Z, and he looked at me like, well, like he didn't provide any back and forth a discussion like, well, maybe this, like no, it was like he looked at me like bitch, like what's wrong with you? Like I mean the feeling I had, I don't know who it was either, but I'm like, dude, okay, so I just felt
And
awkward.
that feeling is we're getting a little off track in terms of like we're talking about battlefield. But if you're listening, if you're a business or if you're a store, if you're a bar, if you're a channel, if you're a Patreon, whatever, or Facebook group, if the people involved in that group don't feel welcomed enough to express their opinion and get change and respect that, you're not doing great. I don't know if you can get access to the best tappy barrels or the maker's barrels, or it's not going to help if I can't express that I don't have the money to buy it. I don't like where you're going. And that goes out to a lot. So, in this whole concept, when you're talking about hot takes, my hot take is everybody thinks that their barrel pick is the best barrel pick.
Yep.
That's not the case.
No.
It's not. It's the best barrel pick for you. There are a lot of folks you haven't tried. You took 5 people from your Patreons, you took 5 people from your groups, and you went there and they started following you because you had good access or you were really nice and they followed you. That doesn't mean they follow their palate and what you pick. And people get on a weird power trip about it. It's a bottle of bourbon, man. I don't want to comment on YouTubers or groups and name them because it's not just thing like those people are doing it. It's kind of like a common issue. It's a common issue that I feel in a lot of these YouTube groups or YouTube influencers, Patreon members, Facebook groups, Discord groups, that they feel if you know this is the pick. It's not. Let's just talk about that. This is the best thing that you like. I like this bottler right now and I'll recommend the hell out of it. That doesn't mean it's good for somebody else. You have to let them share that experience and not influence it. Whiskey should not be influenced. Whiskey should be shared. Whiskey should be appreciated. It's not an influential product. It's not something if you have a better product and you're like, oh my God, look at these bottles I have and you don't have. If you don't have this, you're missing out. They play on that missing out FOMO so much with tater stickers. My problem is the tater stickers and the pricing. Barrel picks are good or bad. We can have thousands of them. And I'm part of so many groups like you guys. I'm part of a local indie group that does great picks and also does not do great picks. And there's no point in saying that because that's so preferential. I'm part of Indiana Bourbon Club. I hang out with a lot of folks there. Some of their picks for me are great. Some of their picks for me are really trashy. But that doesn't mean the group is bad because I can say that to the board's face that I did not like it. And they realize that. They don't say that. And sometimes when they don't, then I'm mad at them if they do that. It's not about criticizing a group because it's a group. We are all people. If we form in 6 months from now, if TFDD had the chance to do a barrel pick and we shared and we talked about it, I don't want to be the person saying this is the best barrel pick you'll ever had.
Because I'll be that person.
Misleading. Misleading, creating FOMO, creating tater labels, creating if you know, that's the actual issue. The issue is not barrel picks. The issue is these people just focusing on that a lot. And then there's also the issue of like your palette. Who do you align with a lot? If you like SLB's video, we talked about SLB, we met SLB, I met them, they're awesome folks. Anybody that has met them will say the same thing. They're great fucking people. They do so much for bourbon community. I follow them. I'm part of their Patreon. I'm not trying to say anything like that negative, but as a Patreon, I have the right to say criticize them when I don't feel right about something. And I feel if they ever watch this video, it's too below the stream that it'll come to them. But if they ever see any of this, it's a criticism from a Patreon member. It's nothing personal. We have 4, 5, 6 picks from them. And to convert back to that, when I was new to bourbon, the best double oak pick I had was a Woodford double oak pick from SLB. I love that. I love that pick. And I bought a lot of other picks from them, which have been really good. But now the market has changed. We don't get mind blowing picks from them because they also have such a big marketplace. They have to cater so much. They have their own profile. It's harder to manage that. So that's the complaint. I don't know what the solution is. I feel like people should be more clearing of what they are picking. So let the people know how to get that and don't jump on everything just because you get an option to do a barrel pick. You should not do a barrel pick. I think that's the best way. I don't want to say, but if you want to talk about two things or two groups, I would say YouTube and Discord and Facebook groups. You're not touching the grass. Let people talk to folks. You have 500 people, you have 10,000 people. Talk to them. What do they want? What is your average person in your Facebook group drinking a lot? What are their profiles? What do they feel like it? You have that. And then come up with notes. And then promote this is the best thing you've ever tried. You can't just go back and say this was the shortest barrel. It was in the dark. Nobody saw it. And we went there and we looked at it. We drilled into it. It came out liquid gold. And now we're serving it for $350 because it was liquid gold. It's only 30 bottles that the top tiering folks will get it. That's one thing good about SLB. They don't do that. But a lot of other people do that. They'll get shorter amount of bottles to just because it's really good. I'm going to make it. If you know, the secondary go up. No, that's not what you are. You're part of the group. You are a YouTube member. You are a YouTube influencer. You're a Patreon member. You're a Facebook group because people support you. Listen to your fucking group.
Let's also remember the fact that there was a picking group that picked a Nulu hazmat, and they were charging $350 for said Nulu hazmat, and it was the best thing on the block. It would beat anything you put in front of it. Let's just keep that in the back of that mind, you know?
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot. And people, I have no idea how to explain that, man. It's just going to get a longer episode about me ranting about dumb shit. But I have so many thoughts in my head when it comes to this. And I don't know how to actually make it more easy for everybody to understand what I'm trying to say is be more aware. Just the newest thing, just the lightest thing, just the coolest thing is not going to be always the best thing.
Yep.
The issue becomes with a group like SLB, right, who aims to please the general public, right? They want to please the masses, and they have a huge masses, versus a barrel picking group who is boutiquey and finds weird shit and wants to talk about how it's the greatest shit in the world. Chances are, out of 10 picks, who's going to have the better pick that's maybe a unicorn of a pick? That boutiquey wants to find the weird shit but they hype everything up, right? Versus the people that want to just please the masses.
But I think that's fair point. If they want to appease the masses, they want to do a pick that is not for me, but other 10,000 folks. As a person, I can understand that. I still have my critique, but if they do something which is more generic in my mind, not generic overall, but I think it's generic, then it's okay. I just want more clarity from that. That's the clarity I'm missing. That's the clarity. Like, if you
That's
pick
the
a
thing.
photo, this
Yeah,
barrel pick, right?
you're 100% right. You're 100% right. And the clarity is what I was
It's
missing.
missing.
I was missing as a Patreon member, because they could tell me this new Still Austin single barrel is so great. It is caramel. This it's the most delicious single barrel we've ever. But brother, like, I would love if they just like compared it to like another $60, $70 bottle and said this will beat this offering from this. Just to help me with my purchase in my mind and my clarity, because I have a whole different and like expectation if you don't be very clear about your pick and say it compares to this. If you just hype up everything, bro, I buy something and get disappointed because you're such a big group. I got lucky to get something in top tier, and then I taste it and I'm like, you know what? This is like not much better than fucking, a normal Elijah Craig batch
And
that's out there.
Yep.
this will happen to you with anywhere. Like SLB is a name right now. It's not the target. This will happen to any group, any Facebook local group that you join, that you'll sometimes feel like now it's falling a notch up to you. You have to make sure that when you are at that stage as a consumer, as a part of that community, to voice it out if you don't like it, or take a break from them. Let them go. Let's see. Don't be afraid to not buy stuff. You don't have to buy 4 picks from a group that you're part of just to
Yep.
support them. Your support should be first to yourself and how your palate and your wallet, not to everybody else who you know because they're starting up something. Support yourself. If you support yourself, you can support others too. But you feel like, oh, I have to because Johnny started a group. I'm Johnny's friend. I have to buy 5 bottles, otherwise I'm not supporting. No, if you're Johnny's friend, go with him, try the samples, spread the word, buy a bottle, enjoy, tell him that this one is okay, this one fucked up, this is awesome. That's what a community of friendship should be. It's not just following. Nobody should follow us. They should be with us. We're all together in this journey.
Yep.
I'm not trying to create a fan base about ourselves or people around it. Fan bases are the problem. And then you get worried about how it figures out and then you feel betrayed because you're the one following them. Stop following them, listen to them, analyze what they're saying, understand to your understanding, capabilities, and your palate, and then judge. Wait for a second, take a break. Nobody is the torchbearer of bourbon in this world. For you, you have to be your own torchbearer. Find your own things. Don't get stuck up there. And we're saying that after doing all of this. It's not just because we're brand new and have this weird concept of doing that. We've done dumb shit. We've had been burned by picks
Yep.
or folks. So now let's talk about the good stuff. The ones that we liked.
All right, we'll start with Johnny on this one.
So I'm gonna bring it a little bit back here. Oh, my camera's messed up. Hang on. So I think that one place that I've had multiple picks and that I've quote unquote like yet to have a bad one, me personally, is a local store. It's a Superior Liquors. They, just off the top of my head, in the past 6 months, I've bought a Blanton's pick. I've bought a Rittenhouse Rye pick. I've got a West Fork Double Oak pick that's actually pretty good. Like it's not bad. A West Fork high rye bourbon pick that is good. I've had they released an 11-year Elijah Craig pick that honestly was one of the best Elijah Craigs I've ever had. And it was a little bit lower proof than like your typical Elijah Craig barrel proofs. What else have I had from them? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Everything I've had from them though has been like phenomenal, and I will support that store until the day that I can't. And then the second store is kind of gonna be, it's not here. It's Evergreen Liquors. I have had multiple picks from them. Every time I go there, I try to at least sample 2 to 3 store picks, and I have yet to have something that's like put a sour taste in my mouth or like even remotely be bad. I've had Old Forester Black Labels, Four Roses picks, and just random like Nashville Barrel Company. Like nothing I've had from them has been like, ooh, this is not my profile. Like everything has lined up to me, and that's just like, that's me personally. I think that they kind of know what they're doing, both of those stores. And then like that Superior store had a Woodford pick that wasn't double oaked. It was just standard Woodford, 110 proof. They just got in. I didn't try it. I didn't buy it. But I'm not the biggest fan of Woodford, so like maybe that may sway me a little bit. But as far as like everything I listed, like dude, they're like the Rittenhouse rye pick. That's like a $30 bottle. I am not kidding you guys whenever I say this. I've went through 4 of those bottles. It's just it lines up with my palate and it's good. Like it's not something that I'm gonna drain pour or mix or whatever. Like everything they've like sat out is crazy, and like they do. And I'm gonna back up a little bit. I personally don't like stores that you walk in and they have 30 barrel picks. I feel like that the barrel picking experience should be a little bit more special than what it's came to, because like, or came to, whatever. I feel like everyone and their brother can get a New Riff pick. You can buy a quarter barrel from New Riff. You can buy, barrel picking is overpicked right now in my opinion with all these pick groups. Like it used to mean something, and now I feel like it's kind of just everyone runs wild with barrel picks. And like both of you guys said, everyone's saying, oh, this is, this is liquid gold in the barrel. They just found this. Like, no, they didn't. And but like Evergreen, I feel like is almost to that level where you walk in and it's just barrel pick galore. But like the Superior store I'm talking about, you walk in, dude, and they have 2 barrels sitting there with just picks on it. And it could be Starlight, it could be Elijah Craig, it could be anything. And that's what they have, and they're very upfront. Like, hey, if you want to try this, let us know. Sweet, awesome, whatever. And I don't know, I feel like that I don't like a store that has or does 50 barrel picks a year. Like to me, you're just picking barrels to pick barrels. Like that's what it boils down to. And that's not full. That's just for, I could be wrong about this, but whenever I walk in and see that many barrel picks, like that's strictly just for like show, clout, whatever you want to call it. Like, oh, we picked 50 barrels this year. Mm-hmm. Cool. Are they good? No. Okay, that's why they're still sitting. But yeah, Superior Liquors and Evergreen get the 2 that I've not been let down by yet. And I mean, I could go and buy that Woodford pick, or I could go in Evergreen and try something where I'm just like, ugh. But that's 1 out of however many I've had. So that's just
me. There's something like when you say like people just pick so many barrels just to pick barrels, and they just like just to do it.
Yep.
Look, this is, I know this is like reeling it back and going back to like shit we just closed, chapters we closed, but bro, Roll In is picking too much stuff. Like I went in there and tried Hotel Tango. Like, why is this even existing? Look, and I'm not trying to be like a craft hater. I just went through a whole double blind of craft things I never had before. never. And all of them shit on this crap they were picking. I'm just like, and they have like 6 picks of it, like 6 different picks of Hotel Tango that tastes like grain. But why? Is it because you want the title that you picked this like more barrels than anybody else in Indianapolis? Is that what we're doing? And sometimes you taste something and it might not be to your profile, but you can still taste and be like, there's quality in there. I can see somebody liking it. It's just not me. And that's not what I'm talking about. Like, it's, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, I guess I don't know if Tashar wants to speak on. Are you going to speak on 2 of your favorite groups, or are you just going to like?
Uh, okay, if you want to say that, I'll say one store that I wasn't happy that I didn't name before because they're so small was Dave Wine and Spirits.
I would chime in on that shit too, 100%.
Wait, who? Who?
Dave's.
Dave's Wine and Spirit is a small liquor store that
Oh,
they got, and again, people before anybody listens to it and like, oh no, I was lucky enough to be invited by Max and the owner of that store for an allergic correct pick. So it is relatable. I'm not just saying that as a consumer. I've been on that pick. The other picks that stores like that have done is, as Johnny said, you open a liquor store, you want to get better. People coming to you, everybody's looking for allocated high. So you're like, oh, start developing those relationships, and then you start doing barrel picks because every store has to do a barrel pick. Everybody has to do a barrel pick. If you are into bourbon and you've not done a barrel pick at this point, you feel left out. You feel like you have not done the bourbon full thing of how to be involved in bourbon. If you've never been to a bourbon pick, or you're like, oh my God, everybody else is going it around me. Why I haven't done that? So you develop that relationship and your distributor says, oh yeah, I can give you these 2 to start off with. And you chime on. You're like, okay, let's go to this one. Let's go to that one. And you don't know that. The reason why some of those picks from some of these places suck, like I named, is because people who go there, sometimes like me, are also not very well into bourbon. When I did that pick 2 years ago, my palate was different. And if you take randomizers and take everybody to appeal it to a person who is starting into bourbon versus a person who has been into bourbon for 2 years versus a person who has been collecting bourbon for 10 years, those all have different flavor profiles, man. You're gonna never have a conscious, proper, good pick out of that. It will offend someone at some point. As Max said earlier, and Johnny also said that, when you go for a pick, you have to have in mind what you're trying to do. And at that point, you're trying to pick the best barrel, whatever is offered to you. And if you don't find that barrel, you should not pick it. You should not pick it. If you don't feel like this is a hitter for me and all the 5 folks that I bought, everybody unanimously should say this one is the best one. And in those cases, when I'm part of those groups or I've heard about them, eventually those picks turn out to be much better. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. How did that work? It's because you didn't pay attention to what people around you were telling you. You go with folks, 5, 7, 8, they all agree on one barrel or they disagree on everything and you don't pick up everything. So the places in general or barrels in general, I feel like I've had really good picks from my local club, and I've had good picks from some of the online Facebook groups, but those are random. I don't buy a lot of them. Sometimes I buy them because I want that pick. So I also wanted to add, and if I'm saying too much, you guys can stop me.
no, you're
When you're
good.
buying a barrel pick, when you're buying a barrel pick from any place, from store, liquor store, be sure you want that bottle. Be sure this is what you're looking for, and then look at the specs, then look at everything, and then make a decision. Don't buy it because, oh, they're releasing a new barrel pick that I've never, like Hotel Tango. If you like Hotel Tango, then you will love Rural Urban Picks. But you just went in there to buy a pick to get points, to get somebody's goodwill, to get support someone for why? Why someone? It's a business, man. It's a business. Don't buy something. That's the support too. If you tell the business what they're doing wrong is a support, it's not bad because then they won't do that.
Dude, I feel like
Don't
people
buy
don't take
that stuff.
like
Yeah.
people don't take good criticism in like the
Yes.
bourbon community, and it's honestly kind of sad because like, let's say that Tushar loves a barrel pick and I don't. Like, I
Just
know
say that.
for in like even Max in even you said that like I feel like I could go to both of those guys and be like, yeah, I didn't like it because X, Y, and Z. But if you post that in like their pick group or their
Yeah,
Discord group or whatever, you're gonna get destroyed. They're gonna come at you for X, Y, and Z,
that's
and
a very good point.
it literally shouldn't be like that because my palette is different from Max and Tushar's. Like we know that.
It's not about talent. We live in a fucking free world and free country. If I'm about to say something bad about that, should not upset you enough to come back with whole gang around me. If I didn't like
Yes.
something, that's my opinion. Either you agree with
Yes.
it. If you agree with it, say, I agree with you, brother. I agree with you, man. I'm with you. If you don't like it, then just don't interact with it. It's not none of your business.
Yeah. It's a pretty like
And
messed up place.
this ties into that part of people really want to follow something so blindly that they forget that you also are a part of it. You're putting so much effort into something that you don't know what you're actually putting effort towards. Just saying, oh, that guy does great pick, that guy does great pick. That everybody's saying that. What is going to happen to you? What is going to happen?
Bro,
So
you're
coming
gonna
back,
get yeah.
coming
Like
back to the card. Every YouTuber, Facebook group are local, right? You don't get everybody's pick everywhere. Like Denver has their own groups, Indiana has their own groups, Facebook groups that sometimes you can get shipped to. But in terms of just like a group that can sell everywhere in this country, I would say that's one of the bigger one that comes to my mind is either a YouTube Patreon member or that guy Take Whiskey, Jay West. He releases his own picks every time. And some of them could be really good, some of them could be really bad. He's not offended about it. He's releasing his picks. Some of them go for a lot more money because people love them a lot more. Some of them don't and sit on his website for a very long time.
Nope.
If you make that decision with him, why are you so affected when it's local? When it's local, you feel like it's yours, but it's not yours. You didn't work on that pick, man. You just bought the bottle and you really loved it. You don't have to defend your bottle. I'm not coming after your personal bottle. It's not a personal attack. It's just my opinion if I didn't like it.
and there's
If I
there's
did,
nothing like
if I had a bad experience at Rural Inn, I'm allowed to say that.
yeah.
You
See, and
don't
that's what I
have
was
to.
gonna say. Like
You don't have to bring fortune and like,
yes.
oh, Rural Inn is the best one. What you're talking about? You suck. You suck. No, I don't. You suck because you can't handle criticism.
That's what I was gonna say. If you're a picking group or a store or whatever, and if criticism approaches you and you immediately like go to shutting down, like not shutting down the store, but like shutting down as a discussion or like go to attacking, like, and your supporters attack, like that's not a group. Like I'm sorry, but it's not.
It's not a group. It's just a following. It's a following, man.
That's literally what it is. And
Look at
It's a
this.
fact.
Like, have this perspective though. Johnny, me and you go to, let's say the most shitty places that everybody always talks about. Like we talked about them in the beginning. Total Wine. We go to Total Wine, right? We go to taste, and they allow us to taste a store pick, right? We taste a store pick for free. Let's just say. We don't like it, right? But you're in the moment, right? What do you usually tell the rep? You're like, you never, like, I don't think these stores ever get bad criticism. I don't think they do.
They don't.
Because, I mean, honestly, think about the relationship between a consumer and the seller, right? And even when I was at Roll Inn, right? I didn't tell him to his face that it was bad. I didn't want it to be like that, right? I didn't want the relationship between me and him to be, oh, this is ass. I want something else. I was just saying, oh, is there anything else that's from a legacy or, they're not used to criticism. Unless to sharpen
Yes.
it, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never gave criticism because it's not.
I think that as a business, anybody who comes to you for any kind of advice, or if you're a business owner, you're selling your barrel picks or you're a group, you should be the group that welcomes people. If people feel welcomed enough, they can express their opinions. And that opinions could not be always the opinions you want. But in some instances, when you are surrounded by, you are going there to this store by yourself, and there are 5 picks, you try it. But there are 4 people around you telling how good it is, you feel pressure to like it.
Yeah.
Even though you did not like it.
Yeah.
And that creates this kind of like, oh, I'm joining a cult. I'm joining the cult. Everybody will say that. No, speak up. We have to create an environment where the person coming in has the right to say, "Oh, these are 4 Elijah I've had it before. I don't want to get that. I want the other one. Do you have that?"
Yep.
But if I have that environment in my store or in my club, then fundamentally something is wrong, which is wrong. We have a lot of these experiences, and
Yes.
Rulin is not the only one. We SLB Rulin like targeting them. We are not. They are the big folks that we know, we care about. We've had good and bad interactions. That's why it comes to mind. But it is happening to locally to a lot of bourbon drinkers around it. They experience that and they're not able to express it because the people around them make it
Yes.
seem like if you say anything bad or negative or side, you are the problem.
And see, like, I feel like people are just too scared to, like, to speak up and be like, yeah, that barrel pick was not aligned with my palate, but the 4 other people around me
Yeah.
loved it, and that's why I'm like, oh, it's good. Like, no, don't be that guy. Speak up. Don't be scared. Like,
You speak up when you have the environment. The environment is not there. You are speaking up right now. Like if me and Max were saying so many good things about everything else, and you had a bad experience, then you would not feel like, oh, these are guys that are too way involved. I can't say anything. You have to make sure that the person coming to you understands and you understand because it's your
yep,
responsibility. That person just walked into your store. It's your responsibility to make him feel welcome, make him feel okay, make him feel his anxiety, his anxiousness calm down, to talk to you, to say some things that he might not enjoy in your store. If you don't have that, it's your issue. It's not my issue.
yep,
I'm not blaming a newbie to go in there or an experienced person to go into a liquor store and having a bad experience. That experience, unless you're an asshole, in that case, that's a different topic. If you
yeah,
just go in there and start saying dumb shit, that's saying that. But if you're a normal person going in there saying, "Hi, man, what you got? Oh, you have these pigs. Can I try them? Oh, I didn't like that." And you make, "Oh, why didn't you like it?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't like." And you ask that question. You develop that relationship. Okay, you didn't like it. Wait for a couple of months. I'm doing this pig. Come back again. Try this later and let me know because I'm interested in what you say. Then you've developed a relationship with the guy
yep.
that he'll remember. He didn't buy anything. You didn't sell anything. But now he remembers that that guy said, if I come back in 2 months, they're doing that pig and he wants my opinion. And all of a sudden, you matter and you're okay. Then you get that emotional touch with a store or a Patreon or a YouTuber or a Facebook
Yeah,
group.
you don't
We
have
miss
that.
out on
You
that.
don't have that anymore because I mean the stores are all about making money. They want to make a sale, and even when
Yeah.
the consumer's not bought
Yep.
into the product, they're gonna push the product. And if I went to a
And
store and I tasted something and for free, and I'm like, yeah, you got anything else? And they stopped me and said, what didn't you like about that? Like tell me, like, what didn't you like about
yeah,
that? Because I like
exactly.
we value your opinion because you didn't like it because it was young, or you didn't like it because it was more like let me know. Then I'll be like, oh, this is different. This is different. I never had
Yeah.
somebody actually give a fuck about what I say, right? Because it's always me pretending to like I like it but not like it enough for the price. That's been my experience the entire time going to stores for picks. Until I find the store, it's never gonna change.
Well,
I'm
and then
telling
like,
we don't run businesses. I've never run a businesses, but all the businesses that I really enjoy going to, like stores, they don't serve. I don't go there because that's the only place I can get stuff. I go there because of the experience. If you
yes,
sell me the
the
experience,
the
I'm always
experience
there.
is this big, like that. The experience is what makes it, honestly, because like it. If I go to a perfect example is whenever I went on vacation, I went to Florida. A bunch of different liquor stores I hit. The first one that I stop, I go in, I walk in and the lady says, "Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Whatever, like small talk. Is there anything you're looking for?" "No, I'm just browsing." "Oh, well, just so you know, we have this, like," she straight up told me, "We have this barrel pick, and this barrel pick, and then behind the counter we have X, Y, and Z." I didn't go looking for Blanton's Eagle Rare. Like, I didn't go looking for the typical shit that probably all the people traveling are for. Like, I'm going and looking for stuff that I can't get up here. Like, in that store, a prime example is, they had GTS, they had Thomas H. Handy, they had anything you could want behind the counter, but I didn't let that play into my experience because it was all way overpriced, all over secondary. But the experience alone from her like reaching out, and then I go into another store that had an Elijah Craig barrel pick, I forget what all barrel picks they had. They had like 3 or 4. The guy didn't even speak to me when I walked in. I walked in, walked out. Like it all comes down to the experience that you have at
Yeah.
your store, and that's what it boils down to.
For stores, definitely. And also the same thing with Facebook groups and Discord. If someone's not happy, they should be able to say that. They should be able to say that. It's your responsibility. If our group, our small Discord, we have 45 people or 42 people right now, and if somebody
42.
if somebody doesn't like what we said in our YouTube, I please encourage them to say that negative feedback. You're not going to hurt us unless it's personal, unless it's more like, oh, you look like that or you say like that. If it's what I said made you something like, no, I disagree with you on this one.
Yep.
I don't think what you said is my experience. I want to hear that.
Yep.
We want to hear, because then that's a dialogue. Then you in here. Then I've already got your attention.
Yep.
And I'm a little biased there already. So please take it with that information. If you guys have not been to, which I know you both have not, but a lot of people then recently that I've taken to, if you really want to learn how to actually manage people and how to do better in alcohol, just with experience, not sales, not numbers, but have people around you that support you without them following you to the end, Storied Company. Anybody, please go in there. They don't have a lot of bourbon. They are very selective on their bourbons, and you might not like that. Sometimes I also don't like their bourbons, and I don't buy that bourbons. But the experience, every time I've been there, no matter who is in that bar, if it's the owners or if the people working there, exceptional. You feel like you're important. You feel like what you say, what you try, they are there to help you. They're not there to make money out of you. They're there to help you in your spirit journey. That experience I've never had anywhere. I've not gone through a lot of other states to have some stores like that. There might be some stores. If you have them, awesome. But that experience alone, everybody remembers that. You go there once and you're like, oh, I had such a great experience. Maybe I didn't go there for a year, but I remember talking to that guy and he was telling me about, I didn't know anything about Scotch. So he gave me really different Scotches that I was like, okay, Scotch could taste like that. But I really wanted gin, so he had 4 other different gins. We don't get that. We don't get in barrel picks and single barrels because there's a fucking shitload of it right now. Every week, all 3 of us could buy 5 bottles from different groups and still won't be enough. That's how much barrel picks are coming in. You could be doing your whole credit score and your whole bank balance and still won't be satisfied with how many picks are coming in.
Dude,
So
the amount of picks,
you have to be very careful. You have to be understanding.
You can't buy every single pick that comes out.
Don't need to. Don't have to.
The barrel pick market, in my opinion, and we've said this before, like Max has even said it, is so oversaturated with people saying, everyone says, oh, this is the barrel. This is the barrel. Like, dude, your New Riff single barrel isn't better than one that I can get at my local store. I'm just being blunt. Like, you drive the hype to sell it out so you can do your next barrel pick. And I'm fine with that. Like, I don't care. But all of these new people that, if, like, let's say that you run a Discord that has 300 people, 400, 500, and you're releasing a new riff, a Four Roses. Like, you don't have to drive it to say this is the best Four Roses pick you'll ever have, because everyone on the picking team is going to do it, and it's going to sell out. They're going to recoup the money, and let's say that Joe Schmo cracks it, opens it, tries it. Oh, it's not my palate. Once again, we're back to you're too scared or intimidated to give any negative feedback on it because everyone else loves it. And that's why you should join TFDD Whiskey, Discord link in the bio, to
talk shit about. Yeah, if you have hot takes, this is the place. We have skin in the game. You can roast us. You can roast any group, any channel about what you didn't like, or you can be a fanboy of us or anybody. Please don't be a fanboy of us. I don't think that's what we want. Just fucking be normal and say dumb shit all the time to us.
Yeah, and if we're gonna go ahead and drop a plug, we might as well drop a plug in the beginning. Look, there's a giveaway going on right now. Giveaway.
There is.
Weather
Right
Glow
now.
samples going on right now, and you can't get it because you're not in the Discord. But hey, link
And I'll
is
tell you a
in
secret.
the YouTube.
The good thing is,
Tell
the
them, Tushar.
secret
Tell
is,
them.
it's not even a pick. It's a normal Weller 12.
Bro,
And you don't want that? You don't like Buffalo Trace? You guys don't like is that what the problem is? That's why you're not following us, because you don't like Buffalo Trace? Because if you like Buffalo Trace, then you would follow us. You'll join our Discord. You'll join our TikTok, Instagram, and follow us there and tell us that my voice is weird and my mustache is weird and Max has bad taste and Johnny burps a lot. You can say all of those things if you join the Discord.
There you go.
Or maybe I'm just baiting you to say you hate Buffalo Trace. Either way,
Move it.
he's not wrong.
I haven't
He's
even
literally not wrong.
I haven't even given my take about this because
Oh,
you
send it.
you I think Tushar hit on a very important topic here. And this will be an hour and a half long video, but it'll be something I play in the
Yeah.
background, right? At this point, it'll be something I just put in the background, listen to it whenever I'm fucking not doing shit. But it's
and
deeper.
before you do that,
It's
before you do that, I also want to shout out some of our actual Discord members who do watch a lot and like really support. Eric M, Vito, Andrew East, my really good friend Chris Hoover. They have really supported our channel for a very long time. And we don't even have that channel. We just have a YouTube video that people watch and they talk to us. But those folks, every time I talk to them, they have something, either they like it, did not like it, they say that, and that feels like somebody's listening. So thank you.
Yes.
That's
Thank you, guys.
cool. It's cool that somebody that's like not me and my wife listen to these videos. I mean, of course, we were friends before, but it's like
Yeah.
I do it for other YouTubers that are small. Like I'll just put them in the background and listen to them. But I never think any single soul would like ever care to put it on and listen to any part of our videos. So even one person is
I mean-
really cool.
Hey, to be fair, last I checked, we were at 59 subscribers.
You're
I'm
60.
just gonna-
You're 60. You're 60,
60?
man. Yeah.
So I'll put this out there. At 100 subscribers, we will do a giveaway of a hat and a Glen.
That's cool. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
someone's got to do it,
yeah,
and maybe maybe some samples.
yeah, for sure. I think the only requirement for that would be to have your subscribe thing visible, because I can't see everybody that's subscribed.
Nope.
So if you're subscribed, make it visible so I can add you to that.
Okay.
But yeah, 100%. I'll put that to the front along with our Discord plug, and hopefully
Yep.
get somebody else. But going back to the topic at hand, it's deeper than places we love and places we hate, right? Because Tushar brought up very much it's important about the experience. The experience. Because
Yep.
Tushar had a bad experience at Dave's Fine Wine and Spirits. I've had a bad experience with Dave's Fine Wine and Spirits, right? And that will drive you, right, to have your own opinions. SLB, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad experience, but SLB, like, for example, I was a $50 Patreon member, but if I ever messaged them, it took like 5 business days to get a reply back, and it was 1 sentence. I'm paying $50 for like a sentence in 5 business days. And
See, that's when you know that it's too much. Like
it's yeah.
maybe not too much, but it's ignorant is what it is. Like, and I hate to say that, but
Out
like
of touch, yeah.
if you have someone, yes, like you're so out of touch with reality that if one of your like Patreon subs, whatever you want to call it, that is giving you $50 a month messages you should be on that shit like Johnny on the clock. Like, honestly.
Yeah, that's such a good point, because we're all saying this very similar thing, but we're adding on to it. I understand that we're all the people who are doing it, like we're also doing it. We get, if we ever get anything, even 200 subscribers, and people message us and we are late in replying or something like that, and we're like, oh, we have regular jobs too. We all work on separate jobs. This is just a normal thing we do on the weekends or some other day, right? And I understand that. I know it's not people's full time job, but we do subscribe to you. You offer these services, and now we want something out of it. And that's when you say every time there's like, oh, we have other things that we can do it. I understand that, but I'm also, you won't understand if I say, hey, I want to be a subscriber. I want to be a highest tier subscriber, but I won't pay you for next 3 months. Will you understand that? Because I'm going through some financial difficulties. You won't understand that. So why should I understand you are having a lot to work on? You started this. I'm supporting you, and you are questioning that because of my support you are too busy. You should find a way. You should find a way. You don't have to message Max back. Have somebody else message Max back who knows what's going on. I
Yeah.
don't want the people to. Nobody cares. If somebody responds, that works out.
And
I
the
just
thing
need a
is,
response. I don't
yeah,
need the main guy coming and calling me like, "Hey, I'm sorry, Tushar, you had a bad experience. I'll do." I'm not saying that.
yeah,
You have a very large community. We're talking about larger groups. We're talking about
Yes.
YouTubers and Facebook groups who have very large following and a lot of members. Then anybody could come and say, I have this issue. Oh, the admin is not there. The main guy in the YouTube is not there. But third or fourth guy who knows everything about it should be able to answer and say, hey, this is what the problem is. We'll get to you. We have acknowledged it. I understand. It's not on me. You are working hard, but I am also paying you. If we stop paying you, you won't work hard for that.
yeah. And the thing is,
It's
when I think back at my experiences with like SLB, for example, I was never messaging them to be like, "What's up? How you doing? Do you like I love your pick." I'm messaging them because I had issues with my like Patreon perks. Like, hey, I've been subscribed top tier for this amount of months. I don't know how do I use my points towards a free pick, like you said, right? Like you said you would. Help me. And it take them like 5 days to reply back. And this brings me back to what we're talking about now, right? Our favorite picks, groups, whatever. Call me biased. I know Tashara already knows where I'm going to go with this next pick, but it's going to be Cask and Point, right? They're a Patreon just like SLB. He's a single person doing it. But if I message him, and it's not even about that. I message him about, hey, what's your favorite willets from this? For like, I have a willet right now. Should I sell it? Should I buy from your experience? Because you're way more experienced than me. You have this many. You've had so many willets. He replies in 20 minutes. He's like, and not a one sentence reply. He cares. He sends me a long, like, if you have this one, I would recommend you doing this one. I've had this run from here to here. The dude's a nerd, right, about bourbon. And I'm down for it, right? So that, along with the picks I've had, like the experience, I'm bought in, right?
Yep.
100%.
Exactly.
Just reeling it
It's
back
the
into the
experience.
conversation.
The experience. It's that's and if you people who are listening to us like, oh, what is experience? What is experience? I don't care. Experience is basically letting the other person know that they are also people and they have the same respect as you are. That's the experience. If you believe that everybody is similar to you, or you want to give the same respect to them like you give yourself, that's experience. If you do that, you'll have a great time retaining people, being with you, supporting you. And I always say support. I don't say follow. Follow is the wrong word. Support is the right word. They'll always be there. They get that respect. They get that understanding from you. They get that experience from you. We started off on a tangent about barrel picks, and I know we're going on very weird tangents about how we like or dislike, because it is like that. We could easily say, oh, these are the top two bad picks I bought from this store. These are the top two great picks.
Yeah.
But how is that going to help you?
Yeah.
We bought it, now they're not there. You will join that store, you'll go in and buy a pick from them, and you're like, fuck these guys, they gave us such a wrong recommendation, or awesome. All of this talk that we did about it, and we named some big places around us, people around us, it was never about being negative. It was more about our experience and a little criticism that we have felt that could improve what they already have to a much better level. It's
Dude.
not about complaining, oh, I'm whining about, oh, I don't get it. I didn't get that pick, so that's why I'm like, no, it's not about that. There are a lot of rural picks that I've never got and I never get try. I'm like, oh, that was really good. Or SLB pick, oh, I missed out on that and I tried some. I'm like, okay, that was pretty decent. I should have bought that one versus the other one. But I don't know that. How do I know? They release a video about explaining their notes. You look into the video, they're doing the best they can, and their notes are very similar because they pick the barrel, right? They pick the barrel, so they go back and they give you the same notes or similar notes if something has changed in the pick. It's still not letting you decide what you have to do. And the experience is, if they put that Patreon video out for only Patreons, which are 15,000 folks or 10,000 folks, there should be a week's time to let people watch and absorb that information and then reply. It's those folks who rush into everything because they are followers and not supporters of someone that create a lot more problematic situations like this. The bandwagon people are the problem. The people who are just like, oh, that particular YouTuber recognized me, so now I'm famous, so I have to follow everything he says. That's the problem.
Yeah, I agree, and I
If
think
we
honestly, looking back at it now, if my experience was better, I could overlook 100% the picks. If they cared about what I said, if I was like,
yes,
I would change my whole fucking 100%.
And I'm about to say that I had similar experiences like Max and Johnny at Roland. But recently, one of my good friends who are part of our Discord but doesn't watch a lot of video, I will call him out. Clayton Hooks, you suck for not watching our videos. He made me go to bottle shares that Rural does for people. It's open to everybody. They do a barrel pick release and you can share after. I've had really good interactions there. Even with Ray, everybody has been nice. It has turned around. But I still believe it's not sometimes the folks that do it or the people around you or the group. Bandwagon. Stop fucking joining the bandwagons. You are a person. Show some respect. Show some dignity. Get out of your knees and get up. Don't join a bandwagon.
Bro, say get off your knees, bro. That's wild. I agree.
Brother,
the thing is, if the owner, you said Ray was like a really nice host and he was a great experience.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, hopefully it's changed. I haven't been there in a long time, but hopefully the culture has changed along with down to the employees all the way down.
The culture around him will not change if someone new will have something like criticize him, and he's okay to say that, because as soon as I say anything bad about him, 5 other folks will come and say you are wrong.
Yeah. Crazy.
And why am I? You don't even know what my problem was. You just want to say no. He will not never do that.
Tweaking.
Why? Everybody fucks up every day. You're saying you haven't fucked up any day and you're the best example. He's gonna never do anything bad because you put him on a pedestal? Stop the fucking bandwagon. Stop it. You are better than that. You are a person. Believe in yourself. If you don't have an original thought,
Tashar.
I don't know.
I'll speak for Tashar here. Stop tweaking and definitely stop geeking. All right?
Hey, it's all fun if somebody watching all of this and gets some laugh or hates at me or anything. I'm fine with that. I am like this as a person. You guys know that. I'll do the same thing with anybody. So if I was having this conversation with those guys, I'll say the same thing right now. It's nothing that I will not say to their faces or to them that I'm talking right now. And I'm nobody. I'm just a consumer, man. These are my opinions.
Okay, wait. Let's reel it back. You are Tushar. Don't say you're nobody.
For real. Bro
I'm
knows
nobody
everybody.
in terms of like but I just follow a lot of folks.
If there's a bottle share, Tushar is there in the state of Indiana.
No, it's not true. I hope it's not true. I can't drink that much.
Tri-state area.
I was gonna say tri-state, but I was like, yeah, let's reel it back a little bit. We'll say Indiana. And if there's scotch there, bro will do some nasty things for spring break, spring break 12 cash strength.
There we go.
Dude, I do love that whiskey. I just got 2 more of those. That's so good.
I know.
I just got 2 more of those. I'll put them. Done.
Damn, bro. This is like
Sorry.
this is a long discussion. You know what? I will do. You know what? Watch this. Watch this.
Watching.
I don't
Just
know.
comment down below.
Let's sit down again.
What
I think-
one pit group did I say is top tier for me? I only mentioned one.
Ooh.
Now, if somebody fucking comments that, hey, they can win.
Bruh.
They can win a sample of Eagle Rare 12, and I'm gonna do it. And if you can mention that fucking Patreon group I'm supporting, you will get Eagle Rare 12 sample and a sample of Hazmat Art of the Spirits, which I'm really big fan of. So,
Yeah, they will.
all right. Well, hopefully they do win. That'll be easy. It's in the Patreon.
Yup.
All right. Well, thanks for watching TFDD Whiskey. I am Max, and as always, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Here's my anything but a Glen. Big fail.
I'm Johnny. Thank you guys.
There we go.
And I'm a jar. Bye.